But I knew that I was running from something. Whenever we stand before a challenge, as I am right now, I'm gonna sell everything I own again and go to all my friends and family in Sweden. They matter more than anything else in the world. And that's actually one of the reasons that I'm leaving Australia. I gotta say, it's not every day that you see an empty beach like this. I don't mind it. Here we are. This is the last video that I make and upload from Australia. It's been good. The journey here has been good. I'm leaving Australia. I have made the decision to leave Australia. And I'm excited. It's gonna be good. I have been thinking about this for a while, so it's not like a quick decision at all. And I'm excited for the next chapter. And I'm gonna bring you with me on the journey that's coming. So if you're not following here, please do, because it's gonna be an adventure. I'm gonna upload way more regularly here on YouTube for you guys to see. And I'm keen. I'm very keen. So I arrived on the 30th of November, 2019 in Melbourne. And I felt like a lost kid at a grocery store. I was still in the aftermath of being depressed, and I was still battling some type of PTSD from a very traumatic event that happened to me when I was 20. So when I arrived, I was 27. I was still battling that. I was still unaware of the fact that how much it actually hurt me, that trauma. I had no expectations whatsoever, but I knew that I was running from something. Like sometimes when you have a traumatic experience, it's good to change your environment that you're in, because it might be triggering certain memories. And that's what I did. I decided to sell everything I owned in Sweden, and I decided to leave by myself. I bought a one-way ticket, and I've told this story a bunch of times, but it's been the best thing I've ever done. How I felt after I arrived was just free. I felt like it was the first real true thing, according to my own truth, that I had ever done in my life. I had taken the leap, and I realized that the reason that I was depressed was because I had stopped challenging myself. And now it's time to do it again, to challenge myself. If you have watched my previous videos, you know that courage is like my favorite emotion. I love courage. And whenever we stand before a challenge, as I am right now, I'm gonna sell everything I own again and go to Bali. The first reason for that is because I'm very curious about the culture. It's obviously very different than to here in Australia or in Sweden, where I'm from. And I'm just very excited to see the difference in the culture. I've never been to Asia before. I know that there are a lot of people over there in Bali, and I know that it might be a little bit more hectic with traffic and the amount of people and everything like that than here in Australia. But I'm also very curious about that. I'm very interested to see what life is going to be like over there. And I'm going to take you with me. I'm going to make a series out of it, and I'm going to document everything that I'm going through. Like if there's going to be any culture shock, if I'm going to be feeling lonely. Not that I ever feel lonely anymore. I've been alone a lot. But I'm just going to document everything. All the challenges, all the good stuff. It's obviously going to be a lot of focus on meditation and yoga and doing the coaching that I'm doing, helping people live better lives, helping people find internal fulfillment, and helping people enjoy life in peace and in love. If you're interested in that, I've got a community where I teach people about this. So click the first link in the description if you're interested, if you want to learn more, if you want to jump on this train to find internal fulfillment and become the most optimal version of yourself. So we've had about 35 degrees for a few weeks, I reckon. We've had a lot of rain lately as well, but it's been so humid that it's been almost impossible to sleep. And I'm not saying that it's going to be better in Bali, but I'm going to have an air conditioner in my room in Bali. But I don't mind this. Like, I don't mind the overcast. It's like how it looks today. I don't mind this weather at all. It's like 27 degrees outside, and look at the beach, it's completely empty. I don't mind a bit of overcast. It's actually my favorite weather here, I believe, in Australia, because it's still so hot outside. So after about 4 years, I have decided to leave Australia. It's been my home. It's been the best thing I've ever done. And I have found something very beautiful inside of me that nothing is going to be able to take away. I have found internal fulfillment here. I have found stillness and peace. And I'm very grateful for that. I used to operate from, like I think actually most people do in today's world, I used to operate from a place of lack and unworthiness. And I've been struggling with that ever since I was a kid, thinking that happiness is just around the corner, and I've always craved more. I've always chased internal fulfillment externally, as most people do. Most people believe that whenever I achieve XYZ in the future, I will be internally fulfilled, or I will be finding lasting happiness and peace. And we will die trying in that process of trying to find that. We will die trying in looking for internal fulfillment or lasting happiness externally. It cannot be found there. And actually the reason we do this is because we have lost the connection we have with ourselves. What we are truly looking for is simply self-love. We are looking for belonging. We are looking for a place to finally come to rest. Be like, I can be here. You know, the type of realization or the type of sensation that you get when you smoke a cigarette or drink a beer or after a long day, or you have some chocolate or something like that. That sensation of just relief is what we're all yearning for, what we all long for. And it's our own self-love. It's our own acceptance to life. So this initial sensation that we get when we light up a cigarette, for example, like, that is what internal fulfillment feels like. But we turn to external things, such as cigarettes or alcohol, or whatever it might be, for that sensation. And that sensation is just belonging. But we think that we will find this belonging on the outside, in different objects and destinations and goals and things that we can attain. We believe that we can attain this sense of belonging on the outside. And it's impossible. It's never going to happen. So Australia has taught me this, to not chase things in the belief that it's going to make me a better person somehow, or happier, or more peaceful, or more fulfilled, or whatever. Australia has been the best teacher of my life. I have found something beautiful there, in this realization that nothing that I ever do or attain is going to make me more of what I already am or have on the inside. I am that I have been looking for. I have everything I need. That's what Australia has taught me over the last 4 years. And I love that. And I recommend everyone to do the same thing, to just sell everything and do it. Even if it's scary, it is going to be scary to step out of the comfort zone. And that's what that's why I'm doing this again. I want to find courage again and do this again. I've done it before, so it's not as big of a challenge as it was the first time I did it when I left Sweden. But it's still a challenge, obviously. And I want to keep pursuing things that it's going to require courage, because I realize that that is the driving or the driver for a better life. Maybe not so much better. I'll rephrase. That's a driver for a bigger life, let's say. You can live an awesome life and never challenge yourself. It's all about what type of life you want to have and what type of person you want to be. And personally for me, I'm just climbing some rocks here now. Personally for me, I love uncertainty. I love adventure. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel inspired to do the work that I'm doing with people, helping people do the same thing. because I feel like we have forgotten to challenge ourselves in this modern day. We have forgotten to incorporate courage. And courage is my favorite emotion because it makes us feel capable, right? So to be able to feel courage, we obviously have to do something extraordinary than our everyday routine, right? So that's what I'm doing. With that said though, I do want to eventually find myself a base that I can call home, because it's been a lot of uncertainty lately. I haven't been able to plan anything, and that's actually one of the reasons that I'm leaving Australia. So this has actually been my everyday walk, every day here since May or something. Maybe not every day, sometimes it's been obviously super rainy and stormy, so not every day, but this has been my morning walk every day, and I climb this rock every day. And I sit and meditate in the sunshine, and you can see it's just like, look at the views here. And obviously on a sunny day, like, it's still gorgeous, right? The views are absolutely amazing. Like, where do you find beaches like this in Europe? It's impossible. I haven't seen any of these beaches in Europe, and if there is a beach like this in Europe, then it would be sunbeds and people absolutely everywhere. A little bit of a climb here. There we go. It's very windy today. Very windy. But I don't mind it, like I said, it's a little bit of a break from the heat. It's been pretty crazy the last few weeks. I was gonna get the drone up as well, but it's too windy, I think. I got an old drone. I need to invest in a new one. So please subscribe if you haven't already. It'll make me able to buy a new drone eventually. So there are two reasons I'm leaving Australia, and the first one is pretty obvious. Like, it's hard to plan things because I'm on a visa, right? I've been on a visa for more than 4 years, and it's getting tiresome. It's getting a little bit frustrating having to chase visas all the time because I can't plan anything for the future. I want to have myself a base. That's something I desire. I want a little bit more certainty. And I know that Bali is not going to be more certainty than Australia because this has been my home for the last 4 years. But that's what I want to build towards. So I'm going to Bali for more adventure and keep doing what I'm doing, keep working with people, and the people that I work with are absolutely amazing, and the people that I get to experience this journey with, me working as a coach and helping people live better lives and find internal fulfillment, is the absolute best thing ever. That's also the reason why I'm going to Bali, to expand on that, to keep exploring that, to keep building that as much as I can. Because that is the purpose, that's the mission, that's the end goal. Maybe not the end goal, but it's part of the vision that I have. And I want to help people live the same life that I've been able to create for myself. If people come from depression or panic attacks or trauma or absolutely hating their life, and they realize that there's something missing, they want to live happily, they want to live free, they want to live peaceful. I think all of us want this. We want peace. We want to be able to sit down and get that sensation that we do get from a cigarette, but have that sensation all the time, that I'm enough. So whatever I have found here in Australia, this realization that I am everything that I have been looking for. I am that. I am everything that I have been seeking in achievements and destinations and goals. I want to bring that to the world. I want to bring that to people. And Bali is going to be a step in the right direction. And a step in the direction of eventually coming closer to Europe. Because that leads into the second reason why I want to leave Australia. So after living a very uncertain life with moving around a lot and not really knowing where I will be in the future, not that I need to do that, I have never been this present ever in my life over the last year. But it's also been a lot of uncertainty. It's like when you know that you need to leave eventually, it creates this underlying sensation that I can't get too fond of this place. And I definitely feel like I've been attached to Sunshine Coast in a way, because it's been so massive for my own healing and for my own journey. And I've absolutely loved every second, like everything, even the bad parts, let's say, the dark parts, the painful parts have been the best experience of my life because it's taught me so much. But it's been very uncertain. And even though I thrive off of that, I thrive off of uncertainty, I do realize now that there can be too much uncertainty. So that's a lesson that I've learned. And something that I strive for is a little bit more certainty. I want to find myself a base. I want to find a place that I can call home, that I know that I can stay for 10 years if I wanted to. So that's the first reason I want to leave Australia. The second reason is because I want to come closer to my family and friends. Because I realize the longer I stay away and the older I get, the more important close relationships become. All my friends and family in Sweden, they matter more than anything else in the world. Like that is the key for a happy life, to have a good community of people that care about you and that you care about. I know where I've got everyone, and I don't have to become something or pretend to be someone else or put on a mask or anything like that. Not that I do that here, but it's just a part of me that I value, or part of my life that I value a lot. And that's something that I've been thinking about more lately. So the reason for going to Bali is I want more certainty. Eventually, that's what I'm building towards. I want to find myself a base. I'm going to go to Bali and expand my business and work on connecting with like-minded people and to get more adventure, obviously, because I don't feel like I'm done with that. But to take certain steps, to take steps towards certainty, to eventually building myself a base in Europe somewhere. Portugal, Spain, Greece, those 3 countries are on the list at the moment. And that is what I am looking forward to, because going back and living in Sweden is going to be hard after living here. It's quite amazing, this place. And I'm very happy how everything has turned out. And I'm also very happy for the next chapter. I'm very excited. But it is a little bit bittersweet to say goodbye to Australia, because it's shaped me, it's turned me into a better man. It's helped me realize a lot of stuff. It's helped me realize what is important in life. And what is important is internal fulfillment. What is important is to feel like you belong somewhere. And I have found home in here. When I left Sweden, I did not feel like I belonged or that I had a home. I was still striving for something. I still strive, but I'm not attached to the outcome of that anymore. I'm not placing my happiness and internal fulfillment or peace on the things that I strive towards. I strive towards things because they make me inspired. They make me want to do the type of work I'm doing. So I'm striving for a different reason now. I have a different reason because I've found home in here. I know who I am. I know where I want to be. I know what I want to do. And I am home here. And that's just a massive, massive recognition and realization that I did not have when I left Sweden at all. But I found that now. I found home. Ugh! Fucking massive grasshopper, shit. Scared me. It's a massive grasshopper charged me. So yes, obviously it is a little bit bittersweet to say goodbye to Australia because it's been such a massive part of my journey. And I'm just climbing at the same time that I'm talking to you here. I met so many awesome friends here, and I've connected with so many people, and I'm so grateful for everything that has happened. Everything. And just because I've learned a lot through meditation, I've been able to recognize something that makes me able to not stress as much and worry as much and be anxious and feel bad or suffer. I've learned tools to not do that. And even though I never stress or worry, or I never feel anxious anymore, or I very rarely suffer, I still obviously feel grief. And it's not in a bad way, like, it's not that I'm super sad of leaving, but it's always, you know, when you have been in a place for a long time and you're going somewhere new, I think it's very natural to like grieve, obviously, to feel the emotions. And that is the most important thing of life, to allow ourselves to feel everything, to open up to emotions and to open up to pain. Because in that embrace of pain, that's where we find magic. That's where we find ourselves. That's where we find everything we're looking for. But it's been a good journey. The next time I will upload, I will be in Bali. I will be in Asia, so it will look very different. And I'm going to take you with me on the journey. I'm excited to show you around. And I'm excited to see how I will react too, because it's the first time going to Asia. Like I said, the culture is going to be very different than here. So we'll see how I'll enjoy it. I'm very excited for it. If you're interested in being part of my coaching, if you're interested in finding internal fulfillment and peace, what I'm talking about, to be content with life, to feel inspired to wake up in the morning, then please, I would be honored to help you out here. So if you want more information, if you want to go deeper, click the second link in the description, you can find out more. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Thank you. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.